T-Bone reaction to today's Wrestling Wednesday. First off, I had to put my hoodie on because it's cold. Hope y'all keep yourself warm there because it is a. I'm putting water here. I'm drinking water saying keep it warm, but I'm thirsty too. But anyway, hope y'all keep warm there for real though. It is for those is in the East Coast area or the area that's cold. Hope y'all keep yourself warm because it is ridiculous out here. And I have to find a perfect hoodie to throw on. Finish the story. And ironically, this guy who finished the story was part of this complimentary here we're about to talk about right now. This is a video called why AEW fans are turning on the company. Now, I kind of caught a glimpse of this from Naomi Ross. Cut shot to keep it Ross always though. I mean, definitely. He should have his own wrestling podcast for sure. So he pretty much what it is. But here's the thing with AEW. Now, I ain't never been with the tribalistic thing with amongst promotions. I love almost any other promotions as well too. Was WWE, AEW, TNA. WWE right now they got going on this TNA mergers gonna be on fire. I fucks with Ring of Honor as much as I could. Even I gotta watch these clips from them. MLW I haven't been fully invest I used to before, but I've definitely been following as well. Do shout out to Matt Riddle getting that title. I like to hear stuff from the GCW, New Japan as well too. I mean, many others as well too. But still, but you gotta admit when certain companies are not looking too good right now, and I gotta say, AEW is definitely around there as well too, because I have kind of like give hope to them, but at times I felt like I want to turn away from the company. Not saying I stopped watching it because don't want to see this downfall, but at the same time I feel like they need to do better because a lot of their storylines are being dragged out, and then to the point that people don't care no more. The top one being the MJF and Michael Cole and MJF and Adam Cole storyline with a anticlimactic ending, and then not only what happened is because of injury buzz kind of happened as well too. The other thing is then they try to continue with or make it worse. They decided to turn MJF heel again for the sake of feuding with Daniel Garcia, Will Ospreay and Daniel Garcia and everything, and then have Adam Cole come back as a babyface and make it so confusing of the why Adam Cole is mad at MJF and vice versa. Why it's all the way around to the point that we had like a conflicting dilemma going on with fans. And you're in my watch sheet going off as well too. And then this Death Rider storyline as well too. Like we thought we were going to hear who's behind it, the whole thing with Moxley, everything going on by World Ends, and we did not. It's still speculation that Shane could be Shane or who else. And then you got these other folks who come in to be contenders at the Orange Cassidy it stopped, and then they kind of drew away from Orange Cassidy because hope it don't lead to a Orange Cassidy heel turn. I do not want that. I know there's folks who want it just because they love heels so much. Yeah, odds both sides. Yeah, and they hopefully holding it for Darby Allin to be the one to win it as well too. But either way, it was hot at the beginning because I love the fact that Orange Cassidy getting his run, but now it seems so dragged out. I was happy for Hobbs getting his little run too as well too. Then he got Edge is possibly doing it. I got love for Edge, but I feel like he's not the guy for it right now, unless they're gonna have Edge win it or and Christian Cage cash. That's the other thing that make me like kind of draw away from that storyline because whoever's gonna take the title from Mox is pretty much might get cash in on. My heart was pumping on TNA when because I thought they're gonna screw Joey Hendry over it. They did not. They did not let cash on them. And Joe Hendry do TNA Championship, so shout out to them. But yeah, back to AEW. Yeah, and another thing I've been saying about AEW a lot, dude, their alignment system, the face and heel tweeting alignment is all over the place. You don't know who's the face at time, you don't know who's the heel, who's a and a lot of times there's a lot of tweeting going on as well too. Like I did not know Julia Hart is supposed to be a baby face right now. She's coming out the face tunnel now as a lady because I was confused because they had her feuding with Jamie Hayter, who's a face as well too. Like she kept acting like she was still a heel. Like I'll say the point that it's crazy that Julie's the only one that's still a heel of the House of Beck. The House of Beck's pretty much like anti-her babyface, but nah, she's a babyface too in a way. So I'm confused with that. We don't know what the hell Swerve is, to be honest. I mean, I think he's a babyface. I'm not sure anything. Be honest, they need him. While the Hurt Syndicate comes supposed to be healed, they're getting received as babyface in a way. So that's a little confusing. So it's a lot with AEW. So I don't want to make this video longer than it is, but maybe it was a discussion video. So this is gonna be. I've got who did the video, by the way. So like to credit people who did the video. Usually I gotta look at my thing because top 10 wrestling, because this cuts off and don't show the channel sometimes. So anyway, without further ado, let's see why is AEW fans are turning on the company as well too. I mean, and everybody has a fault, but AEW got a lot to work with. I'm gonna say that. So let's get it.
The AEW main event and world title scene is just in turmoil right now. The most die-hard AEW fans are turning on AEW's booking, and this current Death Riders angle and Jon Moxley world title run just aren't working and are being I'm
gonna say this once. Leave the what's their names? Outrunners. Don't downplay them. I like the Outrunners. I'm a fan of gimmicky characters in wrestling as well too. That's why I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of Orange Cassidy. Like I'm a fan of comedy in wrestling as well too, where I cheer for Red Bullet. But at the same time, like so I don't downplay that at all as well too. Just for a record.
Completely rejected by the fans, as the AEW world title picture is maybe in the worst place it's ever been in. So we're going to talk about all that and more in today's video as we talk about AEW's biggest problem right now and how it's killing the identity.
I guess I'm going to say this, one of the biggest problems is this man right here, not Moxley, Tony. He needs somebody, and there's words that Scott D'Amore could be running with them as well too. If it's so, he could be the one that can help Tony Khan, because like I said, been saying for it, Tony Khan is a Bell version of the daughter who Rich Daddy owned the company, and whose Rich Daddy bought the person the company because they were a fan of whatever the product was, and they run it like a fan instead of somebody that knows the business. So he needs somebody to know the business. I thought it could be Shane, still be Shane, but if Scott D'Amore be the one to help out, and he could be the one that behind the Death Rider and all that, I'm all for it. Maybe it can help Tony Khan, because Scott D'Amore did a great job with TNA for a good while as well too. So yeah.
Identity of the company. Let's go. At AEW All Out 2024, after Bryan Danielson successfully defended his AEW World title against Jack Perry, his Blackpool Combat Club mates as well as Pac and Marina Shafir would turn on Bryan Danielson and attack him, as Jon Moxley choked out Bryan Danielson with a plastic bag, cementing the...
I get that. Here's the thing. I get that, how craziness goes in the right reign when you deal with the Attitude Era, but... yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that was a little too much.
Heel turn for a new offshoot group called the Death Riders. Following this, they'd continue to attack Danielson and essentially stated their goal was to take over AEW in the 10 millionth company takeover storyline in AEW history, something like that. And he even remarks that what's going on is bigger than AEW, and there was even speculation that there was a higher power controlling them, with Shane McMahon being speculated to be that name. But lo and behold, it literally never meant anything, and that never amounted. And Danielson's next title defense was set to be against Darby Allin at Grand Slam, who, as far as I'm aware, was the original plan for who was going to go over Bryan Danielson and take the belt off of him. But plans were changed as Jon Moxley beat Darby Allin to take his world title shot away from him, making Moxley versus Danielson for the world title official for Wrestle Dream. And of course, in that Wrestle Dream match, Jon Moxley would come out on top and go over Bryan Danielson to win the AEW world title. So like I said, from what I know, the original plan was for Darby Allin to win the title next, but plans pivoted when Jon Moxley pitched the Death Rider story and Danielson was happy to drop the belt to Mox. At the time it happened, I was kinda disappointed as I thought Darby Allin was the correct person to take the belt off of Danielson.
It was, man. I don't know why they didn't go with that. I don't know if they don't have no high hopes of Darby or anything, or fans was complaining about Darby as well too. You still got guys complaining about Darby. They don't want to be because it'll feel that look weak. No, it wouldn't. It would not look weak for Darby nor Orange Cassidy to have a title. This is what they did, work their ass off to get to this spot though. So yeah.
But I thought, hey, Moxley's been reliable as the
Sorry, so it shouldn't be like that. Why would you rely on? It's like you relied on somebody who had a title before because you had no faith in the guys who you had originally had slated to possibly get the title. Whether it was Darby Allin at the time, and then again you did with Orange Cassidy. So that's already not a good look already.
World champion before, and I like Moxley, so let's just see where this goes. And following this, the Death Riders declared war on the AEW roster and were constantly brawling and fighting with the roster members week to week. And the storyline started out promising, I guess. Moxley's first title defense against Orange Cassidy I thought was a decent solid match. And as for the storyline itself, it was nothing new, but it was something that could easily evolve, and there were many different directions and stories to tell, but instead what we proceeded.
And plus, this was at been Orange Cassidy best little run, best run he ever had in his life, man. Promo skills went skyrocket, everything. I was hyped. I mean, I'm always a fan of Orange Cassidy, but I was like hyped and like go Orange Cassidy. He was like how I was hyped. I'm hyped about Cody being Roman and all that as well. I was hyped for possibly Orange Cassidy doing it, but I had a feeling it wasn't going to be the case, but I was hyped for it. I was hoping for this man. I was hyped for this man, too. Still am, but hopefully nothing changed. Because we was getting a serious story out. I mean, serious Orange Cassidy. He didn't drop the gimmick as much, but he got serious. I literally called him Goku Orange because he felt like he was Goku. They're taking out a bad guy, but they dropped the ball.
To get is the exact same Moxley promo and Death Rider segments every single week.
Yes.
Underwhelming and overhyped segments, such as when they were meant to seize TBS and we just kinda didn't really get that. And we're at a point now where sometimes the belt isn't even present on TV,
exactly.
And safe to say, nobody is enjoying this. This Death Rider storyline has gone off a cliff. Nobody's really been elevated from it, and the last title defense with that 4-way match at World's End was just a train wreck. It's got to the point now where even AEW's biggest diehard supporters are demanding for AEW to pivot. Yes. It all came to a head this past week on social media when AEW announced this monstrosity of a match for the upcoming Maximum Carnage Collision episode. A 12-man tag match.
I figured, that's why I said nothing gets the Outrunners. I'm glad they're getting this recognition. Is if they're a fun tag team as well too. It's just It got thrown together in a way. Like we did, like that 12 match we had. Like I'm already know about the annoying tree. I mean the learning tree. I call it the annoying tree. As well too. It's like you have to involve Jericho in every damn thing. I get it. Here's why we got the Ring of Honor. He's a Ring of Time because it's like I feel like if you need somebody, you're looking for some money or some sponsorship. It's every time they do that, they throw the title on. They somehow find a way to throw a title on Chris Jericho, and I mean, in my opinion, it's annoying. It's annoying. No matter how I say, it's annoying. And but I do like the outcome of it. Is that I did like Hobbs getting he's getting a good babyface run as well too. This thing with Cope and FTR is pretty cool as well too. It's just hopefully something more come out of it. But again, it just seemed like everything has been dragged into this long haul dragged out Death Rider storyline. We still it's going nowhere right now unless something does pivot and we get something going on with it. Who knows? But let's keep going.
Match featuring Moxley, Claudio, and Yuta of the Death Riders teaming with the Learning Tree to take on Rated FTR, the Outrunners, and Powerhouse Hobbs, Oh boy, where do we even begin? There are so many things wrong with this match. First of all, just to recap if you weren't aware, Cope, formerly Adam Copeland or Edge, is the one who is now feuding with Jon Moxley for the title. He's aligned with FTR, so that's where all the front row kind of come into this match. As for the others, Powerhouse Hobbs is facing Jon Moxley tonight as I film this for the world title, so that's why
this is before that came on.
He's in this match. The Outrunners, though, I guess AEW's thinking was, hey, they're a babyface tag team, not doing anything this week, let's just chuck them in there. And the learning tree being
also
in there.
they're tied with LTR, so that can go along with that connection as well too. And I think they got in the middle of some of the Death Riders attacks too, so there's that.
Oh my god, just makes no sense at all storyline wise. And just goes against the Death Riders' entire manifesto and what they're supposed to stand for. It makes no sense that the Death Riders would ever team up with the learning tree. Unless Mox beats them up and refuses to team with them before the match, this all makes no sense. This entire...
Like I said, he did this before at Maximal that came out. They did have a little, riff a little bit because he said Moxley didn't respect, they come see me to strategize for the match, some shit like that, if I remember. That's all. A little bit interest I had in this, but I had them tagging each other though. But I'll watch it anyway. Like I said, I wanted to see because I mainly wanted to see this match just for mainly the babyface team. I mean, I know I'm going to hold the babyface, but this time, if I wasn't like super going with babyface, I wanted to see just for the babyface team because I fucks with the Outrunners. I mean, let's say they're not. I wouldn't say they nothing to do, but they are awesome and over. And like I said, they got connection with FTR. I like the rated FTR. I think hopefully it does something, and I'm loving how Pops is looking right now as a threat of a babyface to the Hill. So yeah, that's another thing as well too. Hopefully, some outcome come over as well too. Though hopefully, just do this and then it becomes a fail. Then we must bring him back. Then they must have to make him a heel again. But anyway, yeah, the Death Rider with the learning tree did not make sense at all.
Match is just such bad booking by AEW, and the fans have sure let them know, so the ball is in AEW's court whether or not they follow through with it and book this match, but my god, I really hope they don't. As I said though, the current challenger for the world title is Cope, who is likely to be challenging Moxley for the belt soon, maybe at the pay-per-view, I'm not too sure, which is another problem because, don't get it twisted, I like Cope. However, it makes no sense that it's an ex-WWE wrestler who's only been in the company for 2 years, who is rallying up the AEW roster to fight against the
and that's the other thing too. Like I said, nothing against Cope or anything. I wish they didn't make him Cope. I get it. But yeah, it's like you're not giving the original chance, and it's been a lot. It's been a problem with AEW many toy cons as well too. That he's keep putting up his new shiny toys that come from another company over the guys who started out with AEW as well too. I mean, MJF made that big ass shoot promo as well too for his going to his hiatus. It was everything about it was facts. That's why a lot of people thought that MJF could come as a babyface, but he kind of did in a way. Well, he started as a heel, but he kind of did in a way. But still, when he said it makes sense because nothing against the guy. I'm happy that the folks from companies are getting some jobs and whatever with AEW, but at the same time, it sucks that there are folks who came up with AEW is getting put in the back burner over these guys, which sucks though in a way. So yeah.
Death Riders. And the most annoying thing as well with Cope is that he had an awesome TNT title reign before he got injured and had to vacate it, which every AEW fan enjoyed, so they easily could have just had him return and go back for the belt he never lost as a much more believable and realistic storyline whilst going in a different direction with the Death Riders.
I think the only reason they're doing that because what's his name? Dan Garcia is holding it right now, and Two Faces going at it right now because I don't think they don't want to make I don't think they want to make Kobe a heel again because like I said, when they tried it at WWE it brought out Judgment Day for the heel fans, fans was like did not want to boo Edge did not boo Adam Copeland or Edge, wherever you want to call him. They did not want to boo him. So there's that. So I don't know. AEW should be a good idea to make him a heel, or as well as even Daniel Garcia a heel, because Daniel Garcia is over as hell right now. So that wouldn't make a good look. So I understand that why they did that though, but at the same time, it would make sense for them to go back at the TNT title. So yeah.
No, they've gone this direction. It's believed that Darby Allin will still be the one to win the belt next and will be the one to defeat Moxley for the world title, but he's actually going to be away from AEW for a few months as he prepares to climb Mount Everest.
And that's the other thing he's kind of do as well too. I get Darby want to do his thing outside of wrestling, but that's also putting him in lateness as well too. So that sucks.
Which means we may be stuck with this Mox World title reign until at least the summer, which has many AEW fans just crying out for the company to pivot now. The main suggestion I've seen for a pivot is to just hand the belt to Kenny Omega, who recently returned to AEW. He had a great return performance.
And that will kind of make sense in a way. The reason why it would, because he's the original company in the world. It could make it seem like him and the Young Bucks find a way to go against where Mox was going as well too, wherever, or Mox had something on the Young Bucks, so that's why they had that little scene of them trying to get rid of the evidence of like documents and all that as well too. It gotta be something like that as well too. Now, only thing is, a lot of people saying that they should go with that, but have Christian cash in on him as well too. Because Kenny been a champion for a while as well too. He was champion as a heel, and then it was annoying, but still, that they're going in that direction, and then they have Darby end up taking the title from Christian, which makes a lot more sense too. But we'll see.
At Wrestle Dynasty, and I think he kind of reminded people what the AEW world title scene used to be like. And I'd obviously be very open to them doing this, and I think that could be a very good idea. However, it seems as though AEW's chosen direction for Kenny Omega is to be challenging Okada for the Continental title. Another suggestion I've seen is to just have Powerhouse Hobbs win the AEW world title tonight. He's an AEW homegrown guy, so it makes sense with the storyline, and there may be no better opportunity or situation.
I low-key was gonna hope that, but he said he did this before the match, so unfortunately he did not win.
Than right now to do it. It would be a very big risk, and of course all these scenarios' success are dependent on AEW booking, but in this situation I think anything is better than the current angle, so yeah, fuck it, have Hobbs win the belt, why not? Do I think AEW will do this though? Do I really think they'll book Hobbs to win the belt tonight? I don't think so. I guess by the time a lot of you are seeing this, you'll have found out. Hopefully they did it and followed through, but I'm not expecting anything. I mean, the fact he's booked on that 12-man tag for Collision I think is a bit of a dead giveaway. I always agreed that Darby was the right guy to beat Mox. In fact, I agreed that Darby was the right guy to beat Danielson, and now I really wish AEW stuck with that plan. It would have elevated an AEW homegrown star instantly, instead of subjecting AEW fans to whatever we've got for the last few months and TV main events littered with 50-year-old ex-WWE guys, and that's kind of what I mean when I say that AEW is losing its identity if they haven't already. AEW was meant to be the alternative, but just weeks into this new Max deal, and we've got Chris Jericho versus Dax Harwood main eventing TV. I mean, come on, and I'm saying that as someone who likes FTR. A match like that and the 12-man tag being main events for AEW TV just goes completely against what AEW was meant to be. And now with Darby Allin out for a few months, AEW are in desperate need to pivot this storyline or give something in the meantime. AEW notoriously have never been good at plan B booking though, so to speak. Anytime AEW have been forced into a corner where they've been forced to make a quick decision and pivot away, it's never really ended up well, other than maybe Samoa Joe winning the world title. That is the only instance I can think of. But as it stands with the way things currently are and how the booking is going, I don't know if the fans are going to hold out for that long for Darby Allin, and they just need to pivot. Like I said, said if I was the booker, I'd either have Powerhouse Hobbs pick up the surprise win tonight, or have Kenny Omega beat Moxley for the belt, and you can still have Omega versus Okada in the summer in a big unification match maybe, and you can retire that Continental belt. I've always said that AEW has too many men's singles belts, and either the International or Continental belt can get in the bin, so that's the perfect scenario for me. If AEW will do this though, once again, to me is unlikely, but remains to be seen, and I guess all we can do is wait and see, but I'm just not sure AEW can afford to continue to do this if they don't want to lose their core audience. As for my opinion on Jon Moxley, this entire world title reign and run just kinda hurts me, I can't lie. Moxley has always been one of my favorite guys in wrestling, even going back to when he was...
And I fucks with him when he's babyface as well too, and he did a great run as babyface, he's
Dean Ambrose. He was always my favorite member of the Shield, but this world title reign has just not been it, and I feel as though Moxley is just nowhere near the wrestler he used to be in AEW, say just 2 years ago in 2022, or 3 years ago, sorry, I forgot we're in 2025 now. He just isn't the same, and I don't know if it's because he switched up his style, or I don't know what happened. I feel as though Jon Moxley needs to find that 2021 Jon Moxley once again. But that's gonna be it for me and my thoughts on this entire AEW world title scene.
Yeah, it's fact. And then we got more stuff, not just that. Not a lot of like we're the booking of the champions in general. No matter who it is. I mean, usually they be saying that because always the booking of the babyface champ, because it's needed champion, because Mariah made championship run. I mean, if I was a heel fan, I still think it would be. I still dislike it because it's boring. They got, and what they doing with this Tony thing. While it's interesting and fun, at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. They're doing my boys Private Party dirty as well too, and I feel like they're gonna really do them dirty, but I had to hurt so they could take the titles off them as well too, And I mean, I'm not trying to be hurt against Hurt Syndicate because I dealt with that nonsense. Why I didn't root for it, because I didn't root for the Hurt Business. Supposed to give me shit for it. It wasn't even for that because I don't root for the bad guy villains, aka Hills. Supposed to give me shit for it because they're a black team and they're a true black team that we should get behind. I get it, but whatever. But yeah, don't do that. But and what is it? Like I said, the Continental Champion is like, yeah, whatever. With that, I'm be honest, I kind of forgot who's probably somebody else happy for it too. I'm trying to figure which. Wait. I think, and I feel like I got the titles mixed. Like I said, Darren Garcia. Hold on a second. That's how bad it is. Like I think I got the titles mixed up. I think I got the titles mixed up. Let me see. The list of current championship. I feel like I got the title mixed up. Yep, I was right. Oh yeah, take a shit as the AEW National Championship. Who he won it from? Ospreay. Yeah, they did that for. They're just doing that just for Hill. Let's be honest with that. And Death Rider, the trio champion, we ain't doing that. The only person that's doing somewhat something with a title in the world too, and I hate to admit it, is Mercedes Moné. She barely liked anyway, but she's doing something with it, not as much, and that's saying a lot. So yeah, other than that though, the only ones we barely understand of the championship. We remember is the AEW World Champion and TNT champions. The other ones are like not as relevant as they know about the WWE champions as well too. So yeah, other than that, if you like my reaction, my thoughts, and my comment, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Rich signing off. And yes, I made a 10-minute video into a 30-minute video. I do apologize, but when I talk about wrestling, it's gonna be longer. Anyway, it's your boy T-Rich signing off. One love.